Good evening, Johnny. How are you? Alrighty. Alright, let's do introductions. Hello, my name is Commissar Hecht, and welcome to another edition of Warhammer Painting. We are painting supporters. We're painting gifts for supporters, and we're going to be finishing up this chimera. Yep, that's on the chopping block tonight. Oh, I think we found the base. I was worried. Oh, good. We do have the base. All right. So this is on the chopping block tonight, folks. I mean, just. So we're doing a Warrior of Chaos Chimera for Miss Eliza Crown, and we're doing basically the final touches. We're doing the fur, and we'll be doing the. Here, I'm just gonna rotate this up so you guys can actually see. We're doing the fur. We're doing the nose. We're doing the teeth. And we're going to be doing the what's called the wings and whatnot, and we're going to be focusing on that. So super excited about that. But yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. All right, it's been a while. Not too bad. Not too bad. What's on so it is the Chimera tonight, and then we're gonna move on to after we finish this guy because we're really close. Actually, we need to clean up this guy a little bit. He's been a little neglected, and I feel bad. Feels bad, but we got to clean this guy up real quick. So, what are you working on there, Johnny? I'm gonna turn on that light over there too, just so we actually have like three full coverage lights. I think I'm going to do a little model work. I picked up a hobby, picked up today in Hobby Solidarity. Ah, excellent. I actually picked up. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna, I'm gonna show you what I've also picked up today in Solidarity. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I I want I predominantly got this. I'm not so thrilled with the half track, but it's all right. All right, let's get to it. All right, that's a nice chunk of armor to add to your guard. I've already got a lot of armor for my guard, but I'll build it all out. Plus, it's another 10 Cadians that I can create that I can make for my veterans. So it's not too bad, and some good fast scouting options. Yeah, I might field them for a battle report and see what they do. You know, worst case scenario, it's not too bad. All right. Okay. We're gonna take a break from the music, and we're just gonna we might not necessarily take a break, but we're just gonna start working through on this stuff. So I am so happy to be back and streaming and painting again. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So let's see. Just want to make sure that everything is working on the stream so far. By the way, Intransia Frey, let me. I want to know if you think it's the same. If you think it is the chair of Kazimov. If you think it's the Inquisitor's Fyodor Kazimov's chair of judgment. Oh yeah, I gotta do this. No, good dear God, no. All right. Let's make sure that everyone knows I'm streaming. Excellent. It's a tribute. I don't think it's actually Krasimov's throne. Honestly, I think a lot of people are going to be converting it into Krasimov. I mean, he was pretty much an OG Inquisitor. He was the only one that had a dreadnought style throne for a hot minute. Um, so you know, but I'm curious if it is the original. I am, because that'd be an interesting story. How she managed to be considered worthy of that particular throne of judgment. And again, you might be right. It might just be a tribute, or it might be a thing that was like, oh well, the sisters always had access to it. It's just no one chose it for whatever reason. Alrighty. Okay. They're closer to the legs of the new throne are voice jointed. They're not the dreadnought legs. They're closer to armature legs, but smaller. Oh, okay. I thought they looked like dreadnought legs. Thank you for the correction. I seriously did think that they were dreadnought legs. I was like, oh shit, she got a new whip. All right. I think what was the tongue for this one? I don't know what the tongue was. A bluish color. We'll do this Temple Guard blue. No, actually no. We'll do a lighter blue. Um, because the Temple Guard blue is already for the feathers. That's more of a yeah. We'll do an ice blue. Yeah, yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll do like a dark blue for the spines. Except they have the fleur de lis on them. It wouldn't be a sisters unit if they didn't have a fleur de lis on them. Let's be real. let's let's be real. Size-wise, she's a 60 millimeter brace. She lines up with the size of an old Castaferrum box dreadnought chassis. Oh, okay. But I mean, isn't that almost the same size as uh, Karzamov's or Kazamov's was? Hold on, let's take a look. Like I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Fjordor's was a Karamazov. Fyodor Karamazov. Yeah, his was an actual dreadnought. Dreadnought legs. Hmm. Interesting. Yep, it was. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So maybe it is. I mean, obviously there's going to be differences, but it'd be really cool if they explain it. Uh, Karazimov was Castaferum legs underneath the platform. Yeah. I just looked it up, but I'm just curious if it'd be really cool if they made it's like some sort of story where she was maybe his acolyte at one point, like an inquisitorial acolyte, and he was like, "You are worthy of my." Before he died, he's like, "You are worthy of the throne of judgment," or whatever the case is. Or he was so impressed with what she'd done that it was like, "Oh yeah, I found my successor," or whatever the case is. Because contrary to popular belief, inquisitors do tend to die, mostly in unceremonious ways, and they normally look for a successor, and they don't care who it is. I mean, most of the times they are interrogators, right? That their interrogators become their successors, but that doesn't stop the Inquisition to basically be like, yoink. Honestly, it feels like, oh hey, that Inquisitor has a sweet ride. I wonder if we could get something like that. It's like the rule. It's the 40K rule of cool. You know what? That looks really cool. But ma'am, that's impractical. Shut the fuck up before I hit you with a mace. Well, maybe we have no idea what happened to good old Fjordor, so she was inspired by him. I mean, honestly, a lot of the Inquisitors that, asides Torquemunda, uh, yeah, none of the other named Inquisitors, asides, well, we kind of know what happens to Eisenhorn. We're still waiting for the third Beckwin trilogy. We know what happens to Eisenhorn. We know what happens to Ravener, but the only model that they ever made was for Eisenhorn. They didn't make a Ravener one. But all the other named Inquisitors, we don't know what happened to them before obviously the Great Rift. Well, maybe there's some background lore in her campaign book. Hang on. Oh, did you get the campaign book as well? Let's roll, my bully boys. We're in a hurry, boys. We got a long way to go. We'll sing and we'll dance and bid farewell to France, and it's row me bully boys, row. Oh, I gotta remember. I gotta paint it when it's. I gotta paint it so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. I gotta buy myself a overhead or a camera that I can link to my eyes so I can actually so you can actually kind of see what I'm doing. I gotta remember that. All right, let's. I do actually want to listen to music. Let me just grab some water real quick. I'm gonna hydrate. Hydrate. Yep, nope, no lore on either of them for Inquisitor Creole or in any of the campaign books so far. Weird. Ooh, that's weird. That is weird. Normally they'd have a lore book. Alrighty. Let's see. Alrighty. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. The Armageddon campaign book is the last one they're bringing out before the new edition, I think, and that came out today. Yes, I did buy that. I did buy that. I was gonna buy the Eye of Terror campaign book, with the what's it called the what's it called? Iron Warriors, the Iron Warriors, but I decided against it. Um, just because I was just like, asides the lore stuff, what really is there? So, um, yeah, that was my take off of it. Alrighty. Like, I mean, I guess there's the AdMech side of the house, so like that would be right up your alley, Johnny. But um, I was just like, I don't know. Plus, I want there to be more war zones besides the Cadian Gate. Don't get me wrong, I'm kind of glad that they're going to Armageddon, but the custom character rules. Yeah, but is that going to continue? Is that going to continue in 10th? I don't, or in 11th? I don't think so, right? That's going to get scrapped, right? There's lots of other stuff than lore material. I know. I just like you know me. I like to purchase, like when I purchase the campaign books, it's because it tells a compelling story. Um, and again, I'm a lorehead, so I pick up the books like that. It's not primarily for the rules. Yeah, I'm same here, right? Like, um, I don't know. I My only gripe about 11th is that they're going back to Armageddon, which again is fine because a lot of people love Armageddon. I just, 10th was so expansive. It was the entire galaxy fighting the Nids, and to go back to a planet that has already been debuted in 10th, I feel like they're jumping the shark in this case. Again, I could be wrong. I actually only recently found out that Armageddon got moved to where it existed as Olenor during the War of the Beast. Ah, yes, it did move. Yeah, that planet's moved a lot actually. Yeah, the War of the Beast books are kind of daunting. It's like a mini Horse Heresy series. Um, Again, some of it great, some of it not so well written. So I I have my thoughts on the War of the Beast stuff. Um, Mainly because I think that if they really wanted to hammer home the War of the Beast, they should have done stuff with Gaz. I mean, obviously Gaz wasn't around, but like they should really do stuff with Gaz being like the new basically leader of the Wa of the Great Wa, and make him into another beast-like opponent, if that makes any sense. Ooh, whew. All right, let's. My deathbed hanging high upon the wall, where our dreams and aspirations come to me that for a talk. And all the talk about the ways that they can keep me out of it. I'm looking for perspective. I would love to get her take. She give her a antidote. Before they brought the new guys, I was fully expecting him to become a prime orc. I was expecting it too. Stuck in the shower with nothing to do but complain. All of my friends. Details are cool, but I'll be in the room staring at time. Pick up and tuck in my bed's bed. I was expecting to be the size of a demon Primarch. Yeah, again, same here. I mean, Christ's sakes, didn't they say they sewed him back together using like 6 or 7 different orcs? we want to make kind of like a dirty yellow for the talons. A dirty brown, dirty yellow. Alright, so for that, I'm thinking... Oh, God, what do we want? Oh, no. Oh, shit. Oh. Nope. Oh, well that Doom Bowl just dried up on me. Son of a bitch. That's upsetting. Oh yeah, that's solid. Damn it. That's upsetting. Do we have another Doom Bull on deck? We got Rhinox. Catachan, Catachan. A bronze. Son of a bitch. Ugh. My Doom Bull is completely hardened and dried. You can see. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can literally see it as a full skin. Son of a gun. Yeah, GW's browns are notorious for drying in the pot. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's all dry paint. Oh, that's infuriating. All right, well, gotta throw that one away. Son of a gun. Tell me I've got another Doom Bull. I got Mornfang. That might work a little bit. Son of a gun. As it began, and he had no time to plan. Oh, okay. I'm gonna this one's song. All right. So this is a actual like fan homemade um, Imperial Guard song that someone had composed. So I'm gonna sing it because it's kind of funny, but it's also like it's a good cadence pace for a run. Yeah, yeah. Pour one out for this guy. Pour one out for the Doom Bull. I'm kind of mad as hell right now. That's that's tough. God, look at that. That's tough. I can get my pinky in here. Oh, I can get more than my pinky in here, but hello. Let's keep it kind of. Yeah, I literally can rub the bottom of it, and there's nothing on my pinky. That's all plastic. That paint has completely dried up. There's no way of saving it. That's that's frustrating to say the least. All right, let's see if I can't find some Doom Pool. That might kind of stop me in my tracks a little bit. No pun intended. I got Baylor Brown. I didn't know I had that. Ah. Got plenty of reds. Acadian Flesh Tone. Do I have a Doom Bull Brown? I got Xandaria Dust. Son of a gun. I don't have a Doom Bull Brown. That is slightly frustrating. That cheeses my crackers just a little bit. I got Rhinox, 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 Warnfang. Go figure, the one paint I don't have is Doom Bull Brown. That's slightly embarrassing. Corn Red, I've got that one. Canicus Gray, got that one. What's this one? Rhinox, son of a gun. All right, we're gonna do some alchemy in here. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna give it a shot. We're not gonna. I don't. I don't. We're gonna dump the whole pot of this Larman's medium in. We're gonna revive this junkyard dog. In your defense, you thought you had some. If I can rehydrate it, maybe. Oh man, I will be very happy if I can rehydrate this. Yeah, I know. I thought I had some, but it's still kind of frustrating because nothing stops a paint project than realizing you're out of a certain paint. Ooh, I'm getting some give. That's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Ah, a bot. Gotcha. Good riddance to you, sir. Hate bots. Alrighty. Ah. Oh. Oh. Curses the cleaning. It was Curses was cleaning a mold line. No, it's all right. It's okay. I got him. Oh, I think I can resurrect this paint. It's getting more malleable. Oh, hell yeah. I bet I can resurrect this paint. Talk about being a junkyard bulldog. Yeah, we don't give up easy. This is the part of the hobby people forget about. It's saving supplies. Paintometry, necro painting. getting somewhere. It's not exactly where I want, but we are getting somewhere. All right, Jeebus. This throne is going to be thought to be super tight tolerances, but it fits pristine. Oh, okay. That's good. It's really spiky when you scrape mold lines. Ow. Oh, no. Ah, man, I was hoping to get a lot of painting done, but I think I'm going to have to resurrect this brown. We need some of this going on. Don't want to rip the top off this brown just because. Oh, no. There we go. Got it. Yep, there we go. All right. Ah, I got it. Okay. There was brown upside down, soaking up the medium through its pores. Thin, thin, the Commissar Cried as he shook up the pot some more. Oh, and the old dun cow caught fire. Parody lyrics need work. No, I think that that was great. That was pretty spot on for off the top of that cuff. I bet if I had a paint agitator, this would work a hell of a lot better. Although I remember some people say that once GW paint dries completely, it's almost impossible to resurrect it. But we're giving it our college best. There. We're gonna have to keep this sealed and agitate it throughout the night. See if we can't resurrect it. Damn, I'm very upset and this was a Japanese paint pot too. Ugh. The scansion fell apart at the end, but yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with it. That and you actually picked up on the tune. Oh yeah, well, it's there's only a few songs, a few Irish pub songs that escape me. Old Dun Cow is probably my favorite one. One of my favorite ones. Ah, yeah, look at that. That is hardened fucking paint plastic right there. Son of a gun. All right, well, no use crying over spilled paint, or in this case, dried paint. I seriously thought I had more. That does blow my mind that I don't have another Doom Bowl. Oh well. Nothing I can do about that now, except hopefully see if my talents of paint revivification work. And if it doesn't, at least I tried. You know, better better to try and fail than not have tried at all. And honestly, that is a good lesson in life as it is in anything else. Because you don't know where you're going to be. Like actually, and this is something that I've learned through just recently is that even if you don't make the mark, right? And you like truly, you flub something. You have a starting point, right? You know where you are, and you either can choose to accept where you are and not improve, which some people do. And I'm not saying that you need constant improvement, but if the goal is to better yourself, you got to be brutally honest, but not to the point of um, self sabotage, right? But you got to be brutally honest with yourself, and then you gotta be like, okay, well, and if the answer is I don't know, right? How do you get yourself better? I don't know. Okay, well, it if that's the truth, and you don't truly know, fine, you don't know. Oh, what happened here? Oh, looks like Bree got into it. Wild Rider Red. Oh, we'll see what this turned into. But yeah, as I was saying, like, oh yeah. Well, this one got chummed up. Don't make me sing Chumbawamba at you. Ooh, you know what? I like this dirty brown color. Hold on. I think we got some. I think we can work with this. It's like a dirty orange. Ah! One door opens, another one begins. Ooh, ooh, I like that color. I like that color a lot. Hold on, hold on. I think we're cooking with something. Thank you, Brianna, for using this paint. Ooh, I like that dirty. You mix it with a little yellow. Yeah. Oh, oh, Bree. Oh, you have solved a problem of mine. And she's not here to get the credit for it. So that's the color, right? Yeah, that's the color. It's almost a Doom Bowl brown. A little, we could add a little black to it and a little yellow, and maybe, just maybe, it's almost like a dirty ochre. Where's that yellow? It's not a whole lot. Yeah. Oh, oh, we got it. We got it. Ah, ha, 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 ha. I see the vision. I don't know what she did to mix it. I see some blues and a bit of brown in there. Maybe she used a little bit of the Doom Bull. Yeah, there we go. In the grim darkness of the far future, there are no mistakes, only little happy accidents. Well, I'm going to tend to agree. I'm going to tend to agree. Thank you, Brianna Gray. Normally I don't want her playing with the paints without me there, but she definitely made a paint that's almost a Doom Bull. It's not quite there, but it's more orange than anything else. But you throw a little yellow in there and a little black or a little brown, and you got it. Actually, that's what we'll probably do. Probably throw in. Let me just clean this brush a little bit. See what this looks like. Oh, that's more of a gray. Okay, well, so that's not that color. That's all right. We can fix that. Oh yeah, that did turn into a very, very, very vibrant gray. There we go. Okay, let's get a dark yellow. Golden yellow. Oh yeah, yeah, I like that. I like how that turned out. Now this is for the claws of the Chimera. Because it looks like claws and some of the teeth. If I can get you, if I can get this to focus, it looks like that. Come on. Oh, goodness gracious. Focus. See how it's like a dark brown yellow going into black? That's what I'm looking for. So we'll do a dark brown and we'll go into black. we got that going on. Oh, I was gonna. All right. Johnny was a white shield, fresh and green, my Johnny. The enemy line he never seen, fresh and green, my Johnny. Johnny was a peak over the top, oh Emperor Savior Johnny. This he would grab him, he'd make him stop. Emperor Savior Johnny. Snap, his war was over just as soon as it began. He had no time to tuck or dodge, and he had no time to plan. Never saw the one that got him, and he never heard the shot. Never stopped to think it through, till it went right through his thoughts. Roland was a plasma gunner, bright and rolled my Roland. He knew how to run her right, bright and bold my Roland. To thinking couldn't do no wrong. Oh, Emperor Savior Roland. He held your trigger just a little long. Emperor Savior Roland. Snap! This war was over just as soon as it began. Oh, little Roland copped a meeting with the Emperor of Man. Some boots and bones and teeth were all the Medicaid could find. Roland Blighty Plasma Gunner lent and lost his bloody mind. If I was a captain, kind and dear, my captain, beheld his heart a secret fear, kind and dear, my captain, who lay his eyes upon the foes, Emperor Savior Captain. Poor Pharaoh was lost his nerve and froze, Emperor Savior Captain. Snap! His war was over just as soon as it began. The Commissar just relieved him of his burden of command. Passiveness was then restored, just a single bolt around. His captain's breath were strewn about upon the dry and dusty ground. There's a mighty Gazerkin, sharp and fast, my Henry. You never seen a fight he could not win, sharp and fast, my Henry. Hell on a hopeless flank, oh Emperor Savior Henry. Fought some time for the other ranks, oh Emperor Savior Henry. Snap! His war was over just as soon as it began. A regiment or more, overrun his final stand. On rocks of bloody belly, where old Henry died, he never got to see his victory, but Henry turned the tide. That's a good Imperial Guard fan made folk song. And the reason why I like it so much is that it's it's call and response like any sort of she sea shanty, um, but it's just fast enough to where it's a Jody as well, a cadence, a running cadence. The upper part of the throne is actually scaled up. Scaled pen is a scaled up penitent engine. Ah, okay. Just just as pokey. Oh no, Johnny's putting his work in the Emperor right now. He's doing his penance right now for it. Make him stop. Who is it by and what's it called? So it's called. Here, I'll send you the YouTube. So uh, part of me is somewhat skeptical of this channel just because they say that they use AI. But I think it's just for the art. Now, boo AI, I know. But uh, he says the disclaimer was lyrics, post editing, and supervision made by the channel, and then the program that he uses, I think, is an AI program. I hope it's 90% him, and he's just doing it. He's just doing it. But it's Imperial Guard Sounds. I'll do the link. I'll send it to you. He's got some decent songs, but again, I'm a little bit skeptical. This is one I do enjoy. I feel bad for saying that, just because he uses a program, but ah, uh, it's hard. It's splitting hairs in my mind. Because the thing is that if he's making the lyrics and he has an idea of what what the instrumentation should be, it's like garage band almost. But if he's just plugging in prompts and then that's it, then yeah, I wouldn't like it. I don't know. I'm a little bit ignorant on when it comes to like these new music programs that have AI interface into them. Because again, the reason why I bring up GarageBand is GarageBand. It's all synthesized sounds, violins, pianos, drums, guitar. They're all synthesized. I mean, you still have to understand music placement and musical notes and all that stuff, but nothing else. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not as educated. I'm a bit of a luddite when it comes to like the AI music stuff. What's your opinion of it, Johnny? If you've listened to it, I'll always defer to an expert. I could get technical, but I'm actually kind of okay with the ethical source trained AI. I'm not okay with that listens to piles of music and not give permission for it. Uses to create new music. It's just based on mathematical parent to create those patterns that people are used to. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, no, 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 no. I get it. I get it. No, I get what you're saying. It sounds like he's writing the lyrics and then compiles the compiles basically what it sounds like. Now, if you train your AI on your own music that's used to assist you, I'm fine with that. It feels kind of lazy, but at least there's no ethical issues there. Yeah. No, I hear you on that one. I would think that artists maybe do that to ensure that if they hear something that's similar to their art, that it's being cribbed by somebody. I mean that's opposition research 101. You look to see what people can find, cheat slash steal from you. I'm curious to run it past a friend of mine who's a big folk expert, see if she can figure out if this is being pulled from something from Resistance. This woman knows both the dirty and clean lyrics about any Irish pub song I can identify. The wording on his disclaimer is weird too. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm like, okay, he's saying that he makes everything, but he uses a program. So it leads me to believe that he's using the program as like the finish, the like to polish it. Yeah, that's what gets me. It's like, okay, like for example, if I was to use, again, I'm going to use GarageBand as the example. If I was to use GarageBand to compose something, am I, because the program synthesizes violins, piano, woodwinds, bass, brass brass instruments, bass, and all that stuff. Does that mean that the music ever, but the art is generated for his thumbnails, or does it mean that all of it? I don't know. See, that's the thing, is that his art's AI generated. That I do know, but the music is that generated. And again, I use GarageBand as the example. Is like, do you do I can I say I composed this, but then I have to give credit to the program, right? As it should be. And would, in the case of like as a composer or a musician, would it be like, you gotta say that GarageBand is a AI program? Honestly, the vocals and the instrumentals feel genuine. Maybe he's using AI as the producer, kind of an advanced auto tune. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, I don't know. I have no idea. It's an interesting question because he doesn't come out and rightfully say how he manages the AI program. He doesn't. This is a line a lot of people blur to understand. If you write code or something directly, if you give it instructions to software that tells it the notes generate, I'd say creativity comes from the creator. If it's prompt engineers, they're basically saying find something in your database that your linguistics can understand of what I'm asking that matches it musically, and it generates music. That can be very effective sometimes, but you're effectively using someone else's creative work as message by software to attempt to blend it. That I feel isn't in your work. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm curious as to what this program does and how it generates itself. Because he's got other songs too that are like there's one there's a I mean you if you look through his channel there's other songs on here. Um, the Valhallan one is very much similar to like Soviet red songs and whatnot. That's the same thing as a session musician say, hey, can you come up with something that sounds like this other song but with some changes? It's not creativity directly; it's the musicians. But if you squint, you might be able to claim it as you're doing a role of a producer. Yeah, that's true. Get your kit before you land. In your hand, sergeants, a few commands. Instructions, hard demands. Too wide and some too tight. Song and make it right. Pass it round and pass it through until it fracking matches you. The officers are aghast at this formation we've amassed. Kit you've heard last, it's with the lad who had it last. And some too tight. Make a side and make it right. Pass it round and pass it through until it fracking matches you. See, because this song, again, I don't think that there's a Russian Red Army song or any sort of like Soviet style song that sounds very much like this. But then again, I'm not a musician, a musical historian. Slash, I'm not as familiar with the with Red Army folk songs. So this particular song, "Make It Right" by the same guy, Imperial Guard songs or sounds, I don't know. It sounds pretty original to me. And the fact that as part of the musical accompaniment, it's an oboe or a clarinet that's doing it, and not a um, accordion with like brass instruments. I think that's a little different. Too loose. GW, why did you wait for step three to insert this part in a very narrow gap between two other parts instead of it placing before gluing the parts? You know, when you still had plenty of access. Brother, I feel the same way. I feel that sometimes these directions are made for you to suffer. Habibi. Yeah, like I said, the instrumentals and vocals feel very authentic. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like I said, I wish the guy would come out or the gal, whoever is running this channel, is basically says, "Hey, this is literally how I do this process, step by step, as ethically as possible or as unethical." Like I think sequence and synthesized sample music goes back decades. Yeah, and that's the other thing about music that's harder than art in many cases is music has been digitized to a point where if you have a computer program that can play you a symphony, um, yes, it's synthetic or synthesized music, but you have access to write your own sheet music. And so the question is that is this AI program that he's somewhat crediting um, developing sheet music? Miserable life, probably miserable, but at least there is symmetry. I'm genuinely curious. I'd love to see him do how the sausage is made video. Like I said, I don't know if it's a he or a she. I'm assuming it's a he, just because a lot of the vocals are male presenting. Um, there's only a handful of women presenting or female presenting songs. So don't know. My sash, my fantasies flashed, Valhallan and Talern so fine. Resident slashers needed a dash to keep 'em in line. Assignments came in, and I ripped off my grin, and I thought it was out of my league. Once it could have been sent to the death core of Krieg. Roasting assigned, I went straight to the line. I'll never forget. Oh, thank you, Crow to Bible. There's a lot of physical debate on right now whether or not you can draw the line on general creativity spark. Uh, the person who says make me a tune of this, or the person who figures out the notes and tempo, etc., based on because computers have no idea of what music means. They're just mathematical models. Music matches the words they've been prompted to sound like. And then they generate a composite that feels that matches the word, and they use the prompt. Well, but not to sound like a luddite or ignorant, and I'm going to make this very. I'm gonna say this, but isn't or doesn't uh, isn't music mathematical to begin with? You can never assume there's any understanding of what they do. Like I don't want to. What's it called? I don't want to cause any problems, right? By saying that, but isn't music based in mathematics, right? Like the meters, right? How like in poetry and in music, right? There's meters, there's tempo. Isn't that mathematically based? Again, I don't want to give anybody any shelter when it comes to stealing IP and all that stuff and stealing someone else's work, but that's the only thing that I can. I mean, that I'm slightly confused on when it comes to uh, um, music. Music is very mathematical. Okay, all right, that's what I thought. I like again. I'm not trying to give anyone a fig leaf to hide behind, especially if they're stealing music. Right? They're stealing someone else's work. But a musician friend of mine told me once the soul of music falls somewhere in between the notes. No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the spark of human creativity isn't in music. Far from it. I was just, you know, I assume it's easier to. It would in my mind. I think it'd be easier for an AI program to create music because it's based on mathematics. Or in spite of, if that makes any sense. Yeah, this goes back to what I said earlier. What people call AI these days isn't really. It's engines that convert natural language to mathematical tokens. Then it tries to match those tokens to some body of information, and it's been trained to return something similar. Ah, okay. Yeah, I never want to give credence to. I never want to. I will never want to give anyone any credit when it comes to thieving someone else's work. But I think it's far easier for someone to crib music because it's based on mathematics. If it had been trained on music that's public domain from people who've given permission to use their stuff, or the creator's prior works, that's totally fine. Aside from the environmental cost, which is a whole other can of worms. Oh yeah, 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 100%, 100%. Yeah, I like my drinkable. I like my water drinkable, please and thank you. I like my air clean, please and thank you. There are so many notes out there, so many combinations, permutations that are pleasing to the human ear. Uh, but that's why you get lawsuits over Bittersweet Symphony and Ice Ice Baby. Well, facts. getting somewhere today. Not yet, you fools. It's too much to lose. Risking the front on a bet. With thousands of guns and shells by the ton. Shows as strong as they'll get. Not yet. Sit tight. You get in the fight till the stage has been set. When the whistle is blown, I swear by the throne, your cherry retone, but not yet. Things that drive me mad. Things that drive me mad tonight. Number 3, cleaning mold lines between tiny rivets about 1/16th apart. Oh, yeah. That does not sound like a fun time. That sounds arduous and painful. objectives I'm at. To an end. Thousands of guns and shells by the ton. It's all the way in. Let's go our might, let's get in the fight. Should be set. The whistle is blown, I swear by the throne, your cherished atonement you'll get. We fight far and wide, beneath the skies, and we're still here. Have I mentioned that every second ribbon is an actual spike? No, you have not. You said it was spiky. So still here. Crap. Nature now, it's if to chin the furrow brow. Iris, Clareth, of death on my spine. Peace of rest, a blessed peace of rest. Ain't gonna chop no doors. To a stump. At the board. Gonna chop no doors. up the board. Holy moly, what a hell of a hefty price. Holy moly, what a hell of a hefty price. Holy moly, what a hell of a hefty price. Gonna chop no dorns. I don't know if I should read. Maybe something else. Let's say this should be and do so well. About those rest of it we can afford. Gonna chop no dorns. Across more and more to try to make this was for us. Morty and glory, says Jacob Libly Russ. Gonna chop no dorns. I ain't gonna chop no dorns. Could always get worse. With holes there sucks. You overhead. The elements were clear. Could always be worse. Walks with holes in their socks. I won't open the purse. All right, I think we're almost done. We're gonna do we're gonna do the eyes, and I think that's it. I think this is done. I think we're gonna call it good. We're gonna do a bright yellow for this one's eyes. Say it's the end of days, or fade away, or of gore, stand. Right, behind skin tied. With Yorick and command. Gone. Pushing on. Here, and stay. Down. There's our way. Stand and fight. The right and right. Back. Attack. Oh, well, that one's done. Shit. Ugh. A frickin' scroll cherub is a 5-part build. Oh no! arm scroll glued to body, head glued to that, two wings glued to each other, glue wings to body. Oh, Jesus. It's great. All right. All right. So long and good night. So long and good night. All right, Johnny, I'm going to share some of these earworm songs that I've got. These mashups. There, I just DM'd you this. The mashups are solid. Own devices. And these mashups like scream your kind of mixing, and I love it. I really do. And it's all almost a cappella. I know a cappella is just singing, but and no instrumentals, but they have very limited instrumentals. I think it's just two guitars and a bass and like a kick drum. Um, and it's I think there's a tambourine in there too, but it's really really good. I think you'll jive to it. That being said, Ayo, ayo, ayo. Let me put down the leg I'm working on here. Ayo, 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 ayo. I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Clouds are all over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel that nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How I'm gonna be an optimist about this. I'm gonna be. Yeah, it scared the crap out of me when they first started playing. And your past is a toss settled around us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great towns all over there. It's okay. Darkness from a dove. Like you've been here before. I'm gonna be an optimist about this. How I'm gonna be an optimist about this. Many Anyhow, begin the rubble of our sins. Oh, where do we begin? Rubble of our sins. As the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. Close your eyes. Does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? Eyes. Does it almost feel like you've been here before? How I'm gonna be an optimist about this. How I'm gonna be an optimist about this if you close your eyes. Does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? It died on my birthday, you know. Well, how auspicious. I'll have to listen to that afterwards. He's me whole. I would say the words out loud, so I wrote them down. Now we're over the ages, like a pulse in the pages. Oh, oh, I have written you down now. You will live forever, and all the world will need you. You will live forever, in eyes yet created, on tongues that you're not born. I've written you down now. You will live forever. Your presence is beneath the sheets. It's whisper in words so sweet. I don't say the words, but I've written into my voice through the ages, and through your pulse through the pages. Oh, oh, written you down now. I'll live forever, and all the world will read you. You will live forever, in eyes yet created, tongues that are not born. I have written you down now. You will live forever. I've read her with these eyes. I have held her in these hands. I've written you down now. You will live forever. Virtues in the vows, and you will live forever. You will live forever, and all the world will read you. You will live forever, eyes not yet created, on tongues that are not born. I have written you down now. You will live forever. You will live forever. Overjoyed. When I listen to my words, I see them sinking in. I see them rolling underneath your skin. Words are all we have. Are we talking? Are we talking? These words are all we have. Are we talking? Hear you calling in the dead of night. Hear you calling in the dead of night. Into words despair. If any opportunity you're there, much is there to blame? And your roof is something unvented way. Words are all we have. Are we talking? Are we talking? These words are all we have. Are we talking? And I hear you calling in the dead of night. I hear you calling in the dead of night. Dead of night. you calling in the dead of night. Hear you calling in the dead of night. I feel overjoyed when I listen to my words. I'm going to go a little classical with this one. Nighttime sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Ah, I hit a sour note. Hold on, I'm going to fix that. Let me fix that. I hit a sour note. I gotta redeem myself. Actually, before I sing this, I'm gonna get I'm gonna wet my whistle real quick. There we go. Nighttime sharpens, heightens each sensation. Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Silently the senses abandon their defenses. There we go. I think I've got it dialed in now. Slowly, gently, night unfurls its splendor. Grasp it, sense it, tremulous and tender. Turn your face away from the garish light of day. Turn your thoughts away from cold, unfeeling light. And listen to the music of the night. Close your eyes and surrender to your darkest dreams. Put your thoughts of the light you knew before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar. And you'll live as you've never lived before. Slowly, deftly, music shall surround you. Feel it, hear it, moving around you. Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind.
this darkness which you know you cannot find. Darkness of the music of the night. Let your mind set a journey to a strange new world. Leave all thoughts of the world you knew before. Let your soul take you where you long to be. Only then can you belong to me. Floating, falling, sweet intoxication. Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, let your darkest side give in to the power of the music that I write. The power of the music of the night. You alone can make my song take flight. Help me make the music of the night.
Love that song. I really do. And I do not do it justice. I'm just going to say it out loud. I am a novice singer at best. I still love that song. All right, let's put this bastard together.
It's not an easy song. You did a fair amount of justice. Well, thanks. I appreciate you. I honestly I really do enjoy that song. That is probably one of my Phantom of the Opera is probably one of my more favorite uh, operas that I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy most classical entertainment. You know, musicals, operas, plays. You know, I do enjoy it. But Phantom of the Opera is probably one of my more favorite ones. I think I've had a good breaking point with this throne picture is the Discord for scale. Okay, all right, hold on. Hold on. Ah, shit. Oh, no, 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 no. Let's not fuck this up. No rush, you're doing fiddly stuff. Yeah, I'm just trying to get all the heads together. On there we go. And then all I'll just have to do is some cleanup on the purples. And look, guys. Oh my god, we did it. We got him. We got him done. Just you have to do a quick little cleanup and then that's it. And then we're done. Are we all trying to put our heads together? Facts.
Ah, that's all right. I can fix that. That's easy. It's an easy paint job. Yeah, this guy's done. I'll be damned. I'm not gonna glue him to his base. At least I don't know how I'm gonna make this guy transportable, but we'll figure it out. All right, let me see these pictures. Oh yeah. Oh dude, that's it's cool. I'm not gonna lie. It also looks really tough. That looks like it's really tough to put in. Holy crap, dude. But yeah, yeah, we got him done. Milestone. Yeah, we got him done. I just need to fiddle with the camera so you can actually. Painting is going to be fun. Yeah, no kidding. Especially that chair. Especially the deeper recess of that chair. That's going to be a tough. That's going to be a tough go. But I know you can do it. You've done it before. You've done harder stuff. Are you going to base it? I am. I just need the wings and the arms to dry before I do that, and then I'm going to probably manipulate it a little bit more. Um, Now the trick is trying to send it to Germany because this is going to Miss Eliza. So I have no idea how that's going to work without it breaking. That's the real difficulty. All right, that one's done. Oh yeah, slow and steady, but I'll get it done. That one's done. Now the question is, let's see, it's almost 1 o'clock. Do we stop here? I think we should because it's also Mother's Day. Oh, by the way, happy Mother's Day for everybody. Yeah, I think we'll stop here. Well, we'll let this dry. We'll clean it up a little bit in the morning. Clean up the wings, and then that'll be that. And then once that's done, I'll base it, and then I'll figure out. Oof, that's gonna be some hardcore protective packing. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Um, yeah, I don't want to necessarily start another project just yet. Well, okay, hold on. Let's take a look at what I can do real quick. I'll be right back. All right. Ah ha ha. All right. On deck. Let me get my back on. All right. On deck. This is what I've got. It's a good break point. Yeah. Okay. On deck, we've still got the Harlequin that we need to get done for Quackamo. That one's going to probably be the most painting intensive. We have the Commissar for Russ. Commissar's duty. That one's not going to be too bad. We also have the Von Ryan's Leapers. And then, of course, we've got your Nork Deadog and the Ogrins that he'll be with. So, I guess the question now that I've actually got you, Johnny, is because we're doing Nork Deadog, do you want him to be with Bulgrins or standard Ogrins? I can do either. It just is, it's all on your aesthetic. The Quokka Quinn. And drinking buds. Yeah, but which one do you want? Do you want Nork Deadog with Ogrins or Nork Deadog with Bulgrins? I can do either. And more importantly, do you want them in my regiment's colors or do you want something specific? Or do you want the box art, which I can do with the box art easily? Standard Ogrins, he strikes me as the working Ogrin type. Alright, no, that's easy. Easy enough. Plus, I really like the big guns. Oh yeah, the Ripper guns are always good. They're just giant caliber shotguns because nothing says fuck you like giant caliber shotguns. Let's see. What do I want to start though? Or not start, but what do I want to? I'll probably do the Commissar. That's probably going to be the easiest one. And then we'll do the Leapers, and then we'll do the Ogrins, and then we'll save the the the, the Harlequin Solitaire for last, just because that's going to be the most challenging one. This one wasn't too bad. This one was fairly tame. It was a fun build. I liked it. This one wasn't too bad. Do them up in your regiment colors. Respect where respect is due. Okay, all right. I can do that. I can do that. And seeing as it's the old, okay, so I'm gonna let you know. Seeing as it's the old Vietnam style colors, I'll tell you exactly what's gonna happen. So they're gonna have the olive drab pants. The guns are gonna be primarily black, um, but their T-shirts are gonna be BDU brown, with the armor being black. The iron shod boots are still going to be silver just because it's iron shod boots. Like, come on, let's be real. Um, and then Nork Dead Dog, I'm just going to do in the kind of his standard colors, just so that way it somewhat stands apart. Because I mean, it's Nork Dead Dog. He's got to stand apart a little bit. But yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Seeing as the style of my regiment is um, Vietnam security police based. Uh, that's probably what the color scheme is going to be. So olive drab pants, brown BDU shirts, almost like a dark brown. And then we'll just do the muscles and all that stuff. That's going to be fine. And then the guns are going to be black with silver. Um, and yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll still have some accents in there, but yeah, it'll be. I'm just letting you know what the design language is going to be. I trust your judgment. Okay, all right, all right. I want you. I wanted to be fully transparent with you. All right. I think that's going to be it for tonight. We're just going to let the glue dry and this guy dry a little bit, and then I'll hit it with some changes. Um, I want to thank everybody for joining me for this episode. Sorry for those who are just joining when I'm about to end the stream, but I really do like this. I really do like this a lot. This is a solid piece, and I'm really excited how it turned out. I this was a fun build. This was a fun build. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. It was a really fun build. I enjoy if I got into fantasy, I wouldn't be Warriors of Chaos, but this was definitely a fun model to build. I've got actually a lot of old Empire sprues. It's for my D&D characters and all that stuff. I probably could build a small little Empire detachment. But this was a fun build. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. It challenged me a little bit. But yeah. Anyway, okay. Um, Thank you all for joining me. My name is Commissar Hecht. I'll see you guys in the next episode. That next episode will be the 13th and the 14th. That Wednesday and Thursday, unless something happens, because I'm back to work Monday, Tuesday, and it's my work week. I'm back to work this week, and it's my work week. So I'm only off Monday, Tuesday. Or sorry, not Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday. Um, but unless something happens, I should be able to stream both days. Maybe even Wednesday night. So we'll maybe do a Warhammer Wednesday. And then Mon- and then the next week after that is my break week, so you'll see more of me, except for on Tuesday. Tuesday we got training. So you'll see me Monday, and then I'm off for the weekend, so you'll see me more on the weekend. But anyway, uh,
thank you all for watching. My name is Commissar Hecht. If you like what you see, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join my Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff. Please, please, please. And as it said, the supporter Warhammer gift build paint sessions. If you become a supporter and you're in long enough and you're active within the community and all that stuff, you can get a supporter gift. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Um, and yeah, I sincerely hope that you guys enjoy this episode and whatnot. Okay, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.